Can I Not Marry audio web novel chapter 46, let's elope. In Du Lacey's 20 years of living, she never have enthusiastically came in contact with the door. It was so painful that she felt numb. Her entire body felt like it was floating in the air. In her head there appeared to be stars in the spinning continuously. When she regained her sense, the study door had been opened. A pair of black high heels came into her vision. Du Lacey felt that something was amiss. She hurriedly turned around to look for Auntie Wu. However, behind her was empty without a person in sight. Auntie Wu have taken Liang and ran to the unknown. Auntie Wu, you are so heartless. Tat Du Lacey can only scratch her dandruff to turn things around. She stared at Lian with a guilty smile. Madam. Lian paid her no attention, only coldly asked, what are you doing here? Du Lacey thought of Auntie Wu's advice and hastily said, I happened to pass by. Is it? Lian faintly said. Her tone clearly said she did not trust what Du Lacey said. Auntie Wu, you liar, such lies who would believe? Du Lacey felt very distressed. She didn't know what to say next to coax the iceberg face. She can only put on a pair of puppy eyes and start her flattering skills. Madam, you look so beautiful today. Lian raised her eyebrows. Was I not beautiful yesterday? No, that's not it. Du Lacey hurriedly waved. You were beautiful yesterday, but you're also more beautiful today than yesterday. So you're saying I wasn't as beautiful yesterday? I don't mean that. Suffering from Lian questioning, Du Lacey was terribly frightened. She quickly added, you were beautiful today, yesterday, last year, 10 years ago, the moment you were born you were beautiful. When you were a fertilized egg you were also thousandfold more beautiful than others. Your beauty will last for thousands of years, dominating the world. After she finished speaking, Lian appeared slightly choked. Unexpectedly her mother-in-law didn't refute her. It appears her flattery skills is comprehensive. Du Lacey was particularly proud of herself and continued to boast, Madam, not only do you look beautiful, your sense of fashion is very tasteful. Just looking at this dress, the cuts are appropriately done, the texture is top-notch, especially the collar band's camellia embroidery, the color is elegant, while the size is moderate, even the petals are right on point. This is a peony. Peony. Well, it just shows that the dress is exquisitely embroidered. It even integrated Western abstract art. From afar it looks like a peony, while up close it looks like a camellia. From the left looks like a phoenix. On a closer look it appears like a kiran. The piece of clothing you brought actually have the charm of 4 pieces put together. Really not simple not simple at all. The more Du Lacey tried to flatter, the more outrageous it sounded. Lian who was listening, her mouth constantly twitched. Even Lian Jun who was in the study couldn't bear to listen further. Du, come over. He finally spoke and gave a smile. Wait a minute, I'm not finished yet. Du Lacey hastily waved her hands. You see this pair of high-heeled shoes? The workmanship is superb, coriaceous softness, simple design, the height of the heels is on point. Lian also madam, the necklace on her neck at one glance you can tell it's genuine diamond from South Africa. The perfect cutting, plus the collocation of gold and silver. Alas, you don't pull me Being carried like a chicken, the president carried Du Lacey inside. However, it still didn't reduce her enthusiasm to continue flattering. Why are you pulling me away? I haven't finished flattering yet. I haven't flattered her hair. Your hair is really black, translucent and smooth without any split ends. Oh. She haven't finished her sentence when a kiss came. President, can't you be a little more creative and use a different method to block other people's mouth? Although Lian Jun's method is indeed not creative, however it's very effective. Du Lacey's talkative mouth immediately shut up and lowered her head with a bashful face. Don't do this, your mother is watching. She gave a furtive glance, as if there's someone at the door even though the doors are closed. It's finished. Her mother-in-law must have left filled with anger. Du Lacey felt like she was struck by lightning. She felt very depressed. What's wrong? Lian Jun contentedly licked his lips and asked. Du Lacey appeared very sad as she looked up. It's all your fault, you have angered your mother. Lian Jun maintained his composure while asking, are you sure it was I who angered her?
It wasn't you, then was it me? Du Lacey snappily gave him a look. He wasn't angry, he appeared to be talking to himself. If I was my mother, seeing a secretive rat at the doorway not knowing what they were doing, I also wouldn't be pleased. I wasn't eavesdropping. Du Lacey blurted out. I know you weren't eavesdropping, you unintentionally heard it, right? President, why can't you be more tactful? Du Lacey had to confess, okay, I admit that I had the intentions to hear a little. What did you hear? The soundproof is too good, how could I hear anything? Du Lacey muttered and then suddenly cried out, oh, because the president's hand bumped onto her forehead. Alas, painfully. Du Lacey cried out. Now you know pain, your reflex arc is really slow. He shook his head helplessly, his heart ached dearly for her. However, Du Lacey didn't pay attention to his meaningful glance. She only gave Lian Jun a plaintive expression, painfully clutching her own forehead, while her mind silently scolded a sentence, President. You are so poisonous. After she finished scolding him, Lian Jun suddenly reached out and gently removed her hands from her forehead. What are you doing? Du Lacey was surprised by his sudden movements. She discovered the look in his eyes was amiss. She wanted to say something, however it was already too late. Lian Jun came to kiss on her forehead and kissed it. At that moment, time suddenly stood still, his dark soft beaming eyes, appearing as if he could swallow her whole. Not long after, he whispered, "Does it still hurt?" Du Lacey shook her head, sigh with emotions. Fortunately, it wasn't my butt that hit the door. Several days after the eavesdropping incident, Du Lacey has been preoccupied by some troubles, because she found out that her mother-in-law seems to be very dissatisfied with her. Using analogy, she used her flattery skills to flatter Lian Anna from the tip of her hair to the tips of her toes. She even flattered the poor little capillaries, yet Lian Anna unexpectedly was indifferent towards it. Wasn't there a saying that women like to listen to praises? Why is that using praises on the president mother's body didn't work? Du Lacey was troubled by this issue, thus made a conclusion: her mother-in-law must have some misunderstanding over the eavesdropping incident, which explains why she's so cold towards her. So Du Lacey decided to find a way to make Lian Anna love her. Du Lacey hurriedly went on the internet, and under the guidance of Baidu God, she learned that the recipe tricks of a harmonious relationship between a mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. Trick 1. Inquire after one's well-being. Using this trick method, you must let your mother-in-law know you cared about her. If she's tired, you massage her shoulders. If she's thirsty, you pour her a cup of water. If she's hungry, you cook her dinner. Remember, the more you're concerned, the closer your relationship would be. How effective was this method? Please look at VCR replay greater than in the morning when Lian Anna came out of her room. She was startled upon opening the door. "What are you doing here?" Du Lacey fawned a smile. "Mother, are you tired? How about I give you a back massage?" Massaging plan failed. After breakfast, Lian Anna was sitting on the sofa reading a newspaper. Du Lacey walked over holding a cup of water. "Mother, drink some water." Lian Anna took a sip and placed it beside her. 10 minutes later, Du Lacey spoke again. "Mother, drink some more water." Another 10 minutes. "Mother, are you thirsty?" Water plan failed. During lunchtime, Lian Anna sat at the dining table. Du Lacey hurriedly snatched the bowl from Auntie Wu's hands. "Mother, I'll scoop you some rice." Lian Anna nodded. 10 minutes later. "Lian Anna, what is this?" Du Lacey, "Rice. I asked what's that you used to hold the rice pot." Scooping rice plan failed. Trick 1. Completely failure. Trick 2. Cater to the need of others. Looks like she has to use the secret trick instead. Regardless of what your mother-in-law likes, one must never oppose her. The result of this method. Please continue to watching the VCR replay greater than after lunch. Lian Anna turned on the TV to watch the dance competition. Lian Anna was very fond of the program. Suddenly, the sound of applause came from behind. "Good." Lian Anna was surprised, her heart beat several times faster. "What are you saying?" Du Lacey wagged her doggy tail over and praised. "The tango dance was superbly it made a person appear so beauty the music is also very bold That's a paso doble dance." Du Lacey. Trick 2. Failed. In the end, Du Lacey's wasn't successful in flattering. Lian Anna already couldn't bear it. "Tomorrow, I'll go to your aunt's house for 2 days. Lian Jun asked. "Why? Are you not used to living at home?" "Nothing really," Lian Anna replied, shaking her head. "I just think what you said was right. Your wife cannot be derailed." Lian Jun, what makes you think so? Lian Anna, climbing to the top of the wall, yet nobody dared to take her. "You are wrong, with that IQ of hers she will not reach to the top of the wall." Ellipsis.